Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am excited to film today's video because I have been compiling quite the list of maybe not so fun plant chores. These are, I'm not gonna be repotting, watering, doing much of that fun stuff today, but I have more of like the behind the scenes of a planty person chores to film. So I have been, putting all of these off for quite some time, but I need to get a lot of these done because I need it to use the supplies for other plants, or just the plants are not thriving, stuff like that. So that is what we are going to be working on today. I'm not sure if it's going to take me all day, but I do have a list. I keep thinking of things in my head to add to it, so I definitely need to add to it. But for right now, we're working with 7 tasks to take care of today. I'm sure we'll get them all done, if I don't dilly-dally, but I'm just in the mood to kind of get these done. I think it's going to feel really good once I do have them done because they've been months in the making. So yeah, I'm super excited. If you are interested in watching me get all these, maybe not so fun planty chores done, then keep on watching. Okay, so the first one that I have is, so I bought this Majesty Palm for Sean. Well, Delta actually bought this Majesty Palm for Sean because it was a Father's Day present for her doggy daddy. Sean is not a super planty guy. He's okay with me having the plants in the house and he likes the look of it, but he doesn't, like care for them. I do 100% of the care for all of the plants, which is fine. It's my hobby, it's not his. But this man loves a Majesty Palm. Let me tell you, we will be at Home Depot and he will look at them and admire them every single time. So I bought him one. We used to have one back in the apartment, but we didn't have enough light for it, and I'm thinking that it might do well in the sunroom here. I gave it a prime spot. I literally moved out everything, and I'm going to be putting it in my south-facing window. I hope it's okay, but this plant came in very crappy big box soil, and it's like not doing great in there, and so I bought a planter that I wanted to put it in, but it doesn't have any drainage holes, so I need to, break out the soldering iron, pop the holes in, and then do a nice repot so it'll be nice and ready in its new position. So that is the first thing we're going to be working on. I wrote poke holes in the pot and repot. So I guess we are going to be doing a repot today, but it's more about just like getting this plant situated. And I've been looking at this planter for weeks now, just sitting there knowing that I wanted to put the palm in it. I just haven't because I needed to poke holes in it, and that meant getting out the soldering iron and yada yada yada. So sometimes you don't do plant chores or things at the time that you want to do them. You just kind of watch them happen. So let's go take care of that really quick. I'm gonna plug in the soldering iron and then we'll work on it in the sunroom. So let's go do that. Okay, so we are currently in the sunroom. I'm on the floor because I have the soldering iron plugged in. I just got this one off of Amazon. It is super helpful when it comes to planty stuff. I use it a lot for planters that I want to poke holes in, or sometimes I poke extra holes if I find that the nursery pot, isn't as holy as I want it to be. So this is what I'm gonna be working on. This is the pot that I have for the Majesty Palm. I just got it in the gardening section. It was actually on sale. I wanna say it was only like $8. And I got it because it looks nice, but it's not super heavy. So I'm gonna be able to move the palm, I'm gonna be able to move the palm wherever I want to if I need to water it or whatever, because I don't have a saucer for this planter right now. I'll probably look for one, but I find that it's easier for me, since the sunroom door is out there, it's easier for me to just pick up the plant, water it outside, let it fully drain, and then bring it back in. So I'm not super worried about getting a saucer for this one, but it does need to have some holes poked in. So that is the first thing I'm going to do right now. I'm probably gonna put some pretty big ones. It says to punch out, but that never works for me. I always end up breaking the plastic, so this is just easier. Yeah, okay, that's it. So let's poke some holes in this nursery pot. I think that should be a pretty good angle. So I have this at the max degree because this is pretty thick. It's 450 degrees. And so I'm just gonna slowly let the plastic melt. It will smoke a lot, so be careful with that. I really should be like wearing a mask when I do this, but I find that the best way to get consistent holes is to kind of just let the soldering iron do the work. When I try to push it through, it ends up not being even. So I'm just slowly gonna go around the pot. That was me, Delts. That's me. That's me. No one's knocking on the door. Ooh, this smells bad. Wear a mask, you guys. Okay, I think that should be good. I usually let the soldering iron burn for a little bit to burn off all the excess plastic. And just like that, it's already off. So perfect. I think that's it. Okay, so as for right now, I don't have any other plans for the soldering iron, so I'm going to take it out, unplug it. This is a tile floor, so I just let it rest for a little bit because I don't want to put on anything that could cause damage. So I'm just going to make sure Delty's not around. And then, yeah, we have some holes in the pot. They are not big, but I don't think I want super big holes in this pot. I just want it enough to be a little drainage. I do think this is a fairly small planter, so I don't imagine it rotting or overwatering. So yeah, I'm super excited to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 holes in it. And I think they look pretty good. So yeah, that was super easy. I don't know why I literally waited weeks to do that. I just kept looking at it and waiting, and I told myself that I would break out the soldering iron and get it all done, but you know, sometimes you just need a kick in the butt to get your plant chores done. So I am very glad that I got that done. What's next? Okay, so next, to put the plant in, I am gonna need to mix a little bit of a soil mix. I don't have anything currently mixed, so I do have some soil, just regular like Miracle-Gro soil. I know it's not the best quality, but that's what I use sometimes, actually most of the time, for my houseplants because I'm too cheap and it works just fine for me. So I have Miracle-Gro soil and perlite. I'm probably gonna put a little bit of perlite, but not as much as I would put for like my Hoya and philodendron and stuff. I'm not super versed in growing palm trees. Like I said, we did have one in our old apartment. I did unfortunately kill it, but I think that was definitely a lighting issue. And I hope right here we are in front of a huge south-facing window, south-facing and west-facing on this side. So it really is the brightest spot I can give it, minus it being outside. And I think I probably will alternate it between inside and outside whenever I get a chance, just so it can soak up some more sun. But I really do want to enjoy it inside. That's what I got it for Sean to enjoy, you know, when he looks at it. So I'm hoping it'll be okay, at least for a short while as an indoor house plant. So yeah, I'm going to mix a little bit of perlite into the soil, but not as much as I would for my other aeroids. So let me go get the materials for that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I don't have my wireless, I don't have my wireless mic right now, so I hope you can hear me. It's charging, but I have this little bit of Miracle-Gro soil left. I'm gonna put that in here. Unfortunately, this one doesn't fit too much soil, so this is what we're working with right now. Hey, Delts. Okay. Oops. I'm making a huge mess, but the good thing about the sunroom is that it's easy to sweep up. Again, I feel like this is probably a little bit too much perlite for what I'm doing, so I'm gonna add more soil. I'm going to put it straight in the pot, actually. Hey girl. I am making a ginormous mess. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I'm making a ginormous mess. Yes, I'm a messy girl like you. I'm a messy girl like you. I am. Okay, so that looks much better. Oh shit, Delta moved the camera. Okay, so you didn't see that, but I put more soil and less perlite, so that's what that's looking like. I went and got the palm tree from outside. Okay, your cone is causing quite some destruction, ma'am. I went and got the palm tree from outside. Hopefully you can see it. I had to battle off quite a few lizards that was on it, but I wanted to show you what it was looking like outside. This is what we were working with the soil. It was looking rough in there. It had fallen over a couple times because the pot was so light and just not looking good. So I'm going to take this out and put it straight in this pot. Oh yeah, that's gonna be perfect. I do think I might need to put a little bit more soil underneath. Actually, I think that should be fine. Okay. So I'm going to put a layer of just regular soil. And then a layer of the one that I added perlite and kind of mix it together. Okay, ended up using the rest of that bag. I'm just gonna top this off and mix around. Okay, so we ended up with just enough soil to top off this pot. I do have another bag of Miracle-Gro, but I haven't opened it yet. What I wanted to do now is just kind of clean it up a little bit. You can see there's a lot of like crusty, dusty, dried bits down here. So I'm just pulling these off. This is just for the aesthetics of the plant, and they come off super easily if they are really dry. Some of them not so easily, but like this. And then I will probably go outside and water it after. Okay, some of these are not coming off easily, so I have to go get my shears. Be right back. This just makes it look nicer. Some of these bigger, juicier ones, I feel like they need to dry out a little bit longer, but I'm just cutting it as far down as possible. This one's bothering me because it keeps sticking out. Oh, okay. I think that little frond might have died. Yep, came right out. Okay. Whatever. Didn't need you anyway. Literally like 10 lizards on this thing when I went outside. I think they like using it as a hangout spot. I even saw a little baby one on the fronds, and I was trying to like gently shake the fronds to get it off, and it just did not want to come off. So I think I took away their little lizard sanctuary, which sucks, but I wanted this plant to be inside. I want it to be an inside palm tree. All right. It is a little loosey-goosey in here, but I think after it roots in here, it'll be much better. And like I said, I am going to water it right now. I think it needs water because it feels very soft. I don't know how to describe it. Just like, yeah, just like it needs a little bit of water. So I think after I finish cleaning this up a little bit, we are going to go back outside and water it, let it dry, and then once I let it dry for a little bit, I will bring it back inside into its final hangout spot for a while. So yeah, that looks so good. Let me show you the final plant. All this stuff is going to be going in my compost bin, so let me get that. I have this bucket going right now of a bunch of random planty things that are going to be going in my compost pile, just like dead leaves or leaves that I cut off. That soil block in there was a dead plant, and I was gonna try and save the soil, but I just took it all out. Actually, why not? Oops, it's kind of falling apart in my hands. I feel like I need more soil, so let's just do that real quick. Stop trying to lick your paw, it's not gonna work. Stop trying to lick your paw. It is not going to work, lady. It is not going to work. Stop, please. Stop. Thank you. Now I'm gonna be putting some systemic on it. Like I said, this plant was living outside, so I do not want to bring any critters inside. So I'm pretty much, actually I have a spoon. I have a spoon that I use specifically for planty stuff. I'm going to put it on top. I usually just kind of layer it like this. and then I'm gonna rake it in. And then once I water this, I'm going to spray the foliage with a pest spray as well, but this is kind of protecting the soil from any pests that could be hiding in there. Sorry if you can hear that. My neighbor is mowing his lawn. Like I said, whoa! Whoa, ma'am. Whoa, ma'am. Okay. So now that the Osmocote is on, I'm gonna put some, or now that the systemic is on, now I'm gonna put some Osmocote on. I'm just spraying this. Just so that every time I water it outside, it gets fertilized, and I don't have to remember to fertilize it. So yeah. Done. Easy peasy. This is the final product right now. I'm gonna go water it outside, and then I will show you guys what it looks like when it's finally done. All clean. See, that wasn't so bad. That wasn't so bad. That was not so bad. Not so bad. It's loud out there today. Okay, so that was not bad at all. I managed to repot the Majesty Palm. It is outside drying. I watered it. I'm really glad that I added that extra soil because the Miracle Grow soil is like so light and fluffy right now that it's sunk down to like that much of the exposed pot. So I'm really glad I added that extra soil because now it is, you know, at an appropriate height and I had to really water it. I'm probably gonna water it again with the hose because, you know, sometimes on that first water you miss like pockets and stuff and you kind of have to let the soil settle, if that makes sense. So it's outside drying now. So sorry. Probably in a minute or two, I'm going to go out and water it again. But I think that I was able to cross that off. So let's cross that one off. Next on the list, I just wrote, what is going on with my Dracaena? And that is a good freaking question because I was watering it the other day because I noticed that it was really underwatered, which unfortunately happens with that plant a lot. I feel like in my mind, because plants don't need a lot of water, I forget to water them like at all. And that's a plant like that for me. I probably water it only like every 2 months, which is terrible. But anyway, I noticed it needed a lot of water and it has all these weird spots on the leaves. I don't know what it is. It doesn't look like pest damage to me, and I was looking, you know, really intensely. I didn't see a lot of pests, but I want to look at it. I'm probably going to end up putting systemic on it. Even though I did just water it, I think I'm going to hose it down again just to let the systemic, you know, run through and do its job. So yeah, I think that's next on the list. I really have no other solution. I don't have any fungicide. I don't think it's fungal, but I kind of just want to show you guys and see if you know what's going on with it because I don't. It's a new thing for me. I'm not sure what it is. So yeah, let's go look at that and then put the systemics on. Okay, can you see me? Well, I guess you could see the plant, that's what matters. The plant that is in question, Delta, do you have to go right under the tripod? Okay, I guess you do. The plant that is in question here is my Dracaena. I'm not sure exactly what type it is. I'm not sure. I'm not sure if it's a Dracaena marginata, but it's beautiful. I've had it for years. I really do love it. But I have noticed this on the newest leaves. Hopefully you'll be able to see it. Can you see it? If not, I'll put some like phone images, but like that. What is that? Focus on it. Ooh, I need to get some fancy YouTube equipment because this is not working out for you, girl. Like, what is that? It's got these like weird burn marks on them, and it's only on the upper crown of leaves. The bottom leaves don't have any of it. This happens periodically because it gets dried out or whatever, but none of the older leaves have it. It's just on the new set of leaves. Like this one's really bad. Let's see if I can zero in on that. What is that? I don't see any pests, but it looks like something's eating it. Like this one's really bad. Here, I'm just gonna cut this one off. Oh, it came right off. Weird, right? I don't know what it is. This is not a plant that I have ever gotten pests on before. And to me, this looks like pest damage, but I don't actually see any pests when I go to look at it. So, not sure about that. The issue with this one, because normally the bottom's really bad. Let me show you the bottom. What is that? I don't know what that is. The issue for me with this plant is that since the damage is on the top part of the leaves, I can't just like rip them off. Or I could, but it would be weird. Like this is not a plant that I feel like would come back normally if I were to take off these top leaves. If it was a bottom leaf, I could literally just like rip it off like this and you know, that would be totally fine. But with the bottom, with the top leaves, I don't really know what to do. I guess I'm just gonna pest treat it. That's really all I can do. I don't really know that much about like fungus. I don't have any fungicide or anything like I said before, so I don't really know if it's that, but I think my first plan of action is going to be to pest treat. I'm still thinking about cutting off all these leaves just to decrease my chance of the pest spreading. But I think a combination of systemic granules and spraying it should hopefully do the job. And then I'm going to check the new growth that comes out over the next couple months and go from there. But yeah, I think, you know, now that I'm looking more close at it, like I said, I did just notice this yesterday when I watered it. This plant is freshly watered. I do think I need to top it up on soil because it's moving around a lot. What's up, Bubs? Thank you. She knows to go around the tripod now, but yeah, I think, well, this leaf is bothering me, so this one's coming off. I know, what's going on? It's an ugly leaf. But yeah, I think my plan of action for this one, I think I'm going to mix up some more soil, top it up. I think that when I repot it, it's that freaking cone head. You're walking around smacking in everything with that cone head because you don't know what to do. I think my plan of action is going to be to fix the soil. I want to up the soil on it. I'm going to put systemic on it. I think I'm also going to put Osmocote on this one because I know that I do not fertilize this one nearly as much as I should. And then see over the next couple months how the growth looks. So yeah, let's go mix up some more soil and then I'm going to put it right in here. I think since it's just the top of the plant that I need to fill in, I'm not gonna mix in any perlite and I'm just gonna use Miracle-Gro. Hi, butt. You got soil on your butt. Some systemic. Went heavy on this one because there looks to be a pest problem, so I really want to make sure that that gets eradicated so I get some nice foliage. And then some Osmocote. Okay, you guys, another water break. Yep. Okay, so I think task number 2 is mainly done. While I don't 100% know what's going on with the Dracaena, the first thing that I think I'm going to try and prevent is pest damage. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. If you disagree, feel free to let me know. I would love to know because I really don't. I'm just totally guessing. I've never had stuff look like that on the Dracaena's leaves, so I'm gonna start with pest damage and see where that gets me. So I feel like we did all the steps that we could do. The systemic is on there. I did add more soil so it's not moving around in the pot. Now basically all I have to do is wait. I need to wait for a new growth and see if the leaves come back damaged. I'm drinking the water too fast. That's why I keep hiccuping. I have the hiccups. Let me know if that happens to you. If you drink water too fast and then you start hiccuping, because that happens to me. So I need to not drink my water as fast. But yeah, I did all I can do for the Dracaena right now. Like I said, all I need to do is wait and see what the new leaves look like. So that is number 2. We already got 2 tasks done on our Planty day. The third one, do I want to do this now? Or do I want to keep going? I'm on such a roll. I feel like I might wait to do that last. For me, this is the one that I've been dreading the most just because I don't like assembling stuff. And so I think I'm going to be doing that one last. The next one should be really easy, or at least starting it is really easy, and that is boiling my semi-hydro, or my dirty semi-hydro. So I do have a lot of pond. It's actually pond mixed with perlite, mixed with mini leca, like a bunch of random semi-hydro substrates all put together. And I do want to boil it. That is what you do when you have semi-hydro that has like some leftover root systems in it, stuff that you don't want to move on to the next plant. The good thing about semi-hydro is that it is infinitely reusable. So I do have a bunch from plants that I either took out of semi-hydro or I'm just not using anymore. So I have a big pot of it and I just need to get it started. I actually do have some other plants that I want to put in there, but I'm not going to worry about that right now. Right now, I'm just going to worry about the batch that I have ready. And so the task that I wanted to do today, it's not very fun, which is why I added it to today's vlog. Today is the not so fun planty chores that I'm doing. And what I'm going to do is boil it, let it cool, and then rinse it and put it in a container. So that's what we're going to be doing right now. I already have the majority of the work done. I need to just put it on the water and start boiling it because I've been keeping a big batch of it and I added it to a pot this morning with some water. So I just need to get it on boil and wait and then drain it when it's ready. So yeah, let's go do that. Okay, so this is my semi-hydro soup that I'm working with right now. It looks like a lot of perlite because perlite is the lightest. That's why it goes up to the top like that. But I have quite a bit in there. This is a very big pot. It's like up to here, I guess. Or like even higher, like up to here. So it is pretty full. And so what I'm gonna work on now is just getting it to a boil. I'm gonna put it on high, let that rock out for a while. This was the container that I had it in, and so I need to clean this. I was saving up all the semi-hydro and it got really full of algae. So I'm gonna clean that real quick. Oops. And yeah, I'll probably show it to you once it's boiling, but it takes a while because it's such a big pot. So yeah. Now let's clean this container. All clean. All right, we are doing so good, you guys. Like I said, this is not done, but I did begin the process of boiling the semi-hydro. I will need to drain it and do all that stuff after, but I have to wait. Like, that's not something I could do right now. So I will move on to the next one, and that is watering my pings. This is not a not fun plant task that I have to do, but I do have to do it quite regularly, and that's why I feel like I maybe put it off sometimes. If you have pings, they're carnivorous plants, and I feel like they need way more water than your normal house plant. I water them every couple days, I want to say, and I noticed yesterday they were looking very dry. So I am going to go get my distilled water. If you don't have carnivorous plants, just know you have to either use rainwater or distilled water. There are people on the internet that use tap water, but I do not use my tap water. I know that the tap water here probably isn't the best, so I don't use that. And so I do have some distilled water to use, and so I'm going to go do that. It's a more time-consuming task for me as well because I really want to make sure the water levels out. It's like a game. I don't want to overwater it, but I also don't want to underwater them. So I kind of do it in like little continuous drops since they are in no drainage vessels. It does sometimes take a long time because I'm trying to make sure that I have the right amount of water. So I have most of my ping gardens in my plant room, and then I have my big one over here. So let's go work on the plant room first, and then we'll come out here and water the big one. So that is next. That won't take too long at all, but yeah, let's just get it done. All right, you guys, we are, sorry, I don't know if you can see me. We are here in my plant room. I don't know if I've ever shown this on my YouTube yet. So this is one of my plant shelves. It's where I keep the majority of my carnivorous plants. So I have this shelf right here that I need to water. So I have this first ping garden. Guess I'll show you guys each one individually. I'm not sure if the lighting is going to be good. The lighting in this plant room is hard because the walls are a bright color, and then I have the lights from here, the light from the top, the light from the window. So it's all kind of whack, but yeah, this is the first ping garden. I do have to water. This one gets really dry because I experimented with lava rock on the bottom. So it's lava rock carnivorous soil, and I find that this one dries out way faster than the ones that I have sphagnum moss at the bottom. You can see the soil in there is like cracking. It's so dry. I don't really like to get my pings this dry at all, but here we are. So yeah, this one is the first one. This next one is a Utricularia. This is a new type of carnivorous plant for me. I actually have the tag right here. It is from Rainbow Carnivorous Plants. There we go. That is what the tag looks like. That is the Utricularia hybrid that it is. I'm gonna go ahead and put that right back in there because I do not want to forget the name of that. I have my cutie little bloom thing in here that I got from Megan. And it doesn't look like much right now. This plant was really small when I got it. It actually had, I want to say, these two original leaves. And now that all this new leaf is growing on, these are starting to brown. So this definitely needs water. I find that this likes to be consistently moist, just like my pings. So that's what I'm doing with that one. My cutie little raspberry blonde is showing up for you today because it has so many flowers. Look at how stunning. This is a container all of raspberry blonde. I thought it deserved its own standout pingdom, so that is this one here. And again, this one is very dry. This is my spooky little pingdom that I made, I want to say last year, and this is looking so dry. This is my smallest pingdom, so I do have a little bit of a hard time keeping it moist, but look how cute. This guy's falling out. Delta, what are you doing? Get out of the bathroom, please. So yeah. Whoa, no! Yeah, oh my gosh. This soil is dry underneath, you guys. Oh my gosh. I suck. This is the one thing about the pings that I don't vibe with, is how much water they need. Oh, this one is so heavy. And then this is my last pingdom that I have to water in here today. This is my beautiful fairy garden pingdom that I made when I had a pingdom night with my friends. It is stunning. I have my little fairy right there, my little frog on the books, and then my fairy house. I'm gonna try to show it to you as best as possible without everything falling over. But again, this one is very dry. They all need a lot of water. So we're gonna get started on that right now. So, like I said, I do use distilled water for mine. Whenever we have a rainstorm, I try to collect some from outside, but I have not been good about it lately. And so I'm just using actual distilled water today. Like I said earlier, I usually end up watering them in rounds. So like we're gonna start here until I see the water rise up, and then I give it a while and kind of let it sit, because it might look like it's moist. Sorry. It might look like it's moist, but it's not really. It's just a little hydrophobic right now because I let it get so dry. How's that looking? See, it still just soaks right in. Okay, so now that it is a little watering at the top, Delta, you're hitting my tripod, Mama. I put a lot of water in this because it likes to be watered. I sometimes even let it sit in like sitting water, like a bog, and it seems to like that. So you can see the little bubbles. Can you see that? Or hear it? It's soaking right in. Okay, watering my spooky one. A lot of people say to not get the pings wet, but I have them wet, not for a long amount of time, but definitely completely submerged in water. And I haven't really noticed any detrimental stuff with them, so I think it's just fine. Okay, now my razzleberry. And then this one. Oh, it's so heavy. Oh my gosh. This one already absorbed all the water that I gave it, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more. And this one too, it already absorbed everything. Don't hit my camera, mommy. Don't hit it. Thank you. So that I think is good. Sorry, I don't know if you can see anything. Maybe that's better with a little natural light. So the carnivorous shelf is watered for right now. I might go back in later and give it a second water once I let the soil kind of hydrate and see where we're at. But that is probably about the amount of water I give it once a week, maybe every 5 days. I do have my grow lights on them, so it does get really bright light. And like this shelf right here, I have boosted up. So it's really close to the grow light, and I think that's why it dries out so much, but my pings like a lot of light. So this is one of the more annoying plant chores that I have to do because I do it quite often, but I love my pings so much, so I'm willing to do it. So yeah, I do think this one might need more water, but like I said, I'm gonna give it a minute and see if they soak in. Looking good. And then this is obviously going to get recycled. Sometimes I do hold on to them. I'm trying to think if I already have one. I'll just hold on to this one for a little bit, and then when I do get rainwater, I put it back in this, and I'll keep this in my plant room so I know that it's my ping specific water. And I do not currently have one in here. So yeah, I am going to hold on to this and put it right up here actually. Ow, I forgot about my big pingdom. Okay, so let me bring you into the sunroom because that is where my big pingdom is currently living, the most established one that I have, and we're gonna water that one too because I can't even remember last time I watered that one, so it is probably very dry. Okay, so we need to water my big pingdom. It is right here. I have this one currently living in the sunroom because I wanted to see if I could get some more color out of it. I used to have this looking so nice, but I've just noticed lately that I feel like no matter how much light I give it, everything stays green. And I know a lot of these have pinkish tones because they used to, and now they're just kind of all green. So I have this in my west facing wall where they get a lot of light, and I'm hoping that that gives it some color. But yeah, we're just gonna give this a water. I have it resting on this tote right now, and so I'm just gonna keep it on there and hit it with distilled. I have a new bottle of distilled. So let's see how much this uses. This is, I think, a gallon, right? Yeah, a gallon. So I'm gonna water this a lot because it's been a while, so it probably will, I'm gonna say like to here. It's gonna need a lot of water. I stop when I start to see, oh, I don't think you can see me at all. Hold on. It's really backlit because like I said, this sunroom gets light. And so the light is backwards. So I'm sorry if you can't really see it that well, but I'm trying. And I'm going to water this until I see water start to stay above the soil. I try to water the moss first so I don't dislodge the pings because they have really short root systems. Oop! See, that happens and you'd think that's enough water, but it's not. I also think it's doing that because this lid is making the ping sideways, so it's not perfectly flat. Used just about as much water as I thought it was going to. Okay, folks, that finishes task number 3, which was to water my pings. That did not take too long at all. I'm proud of myself for doing that because even though the pings can go a while without water, they really like to stay moist. So I really should have done it when I first saw it, but I put it off as per usual. So I'm glad I got that out of the way. So now I'm trying to decide what I want to do next. I really don't feel like taking care of the Maranta right now. Something is going on with my Maranta light veins and I'm worried that it might be reverting, and I really do not want it to revert. So I was going to take a bunch of cuttings, but that would require me taking care of all the cuttings and trying to decide what to do with the cuttings, and I just don't know if that is the vibe for me right now. But what I can quickly do, I wrote when I was finishing watering the palm tree, I thought of another one. Hey, you are going to knock everything over. Chaos family, chaos dog. Okay, so the next task that came to mind is cut branch off my euphorbia. So this is again a purely for aesthetics thing, but I have a euphorbia outside on my front door, or by my front door, and so I pass it every time I go in and out of the house. And there's this one branch that's really bothering me because it kind of like grows in a weird way and it's growing out into another branch, so they're like going on top of each other. It's very weird, but it's just aesthetically something that I keep thinking to do and it's bothering me. I do think I probably will try to propagate that extra branch, but right now what I really want to do is just cut it off. I think it's going to make the plant look a lot nicer, a lot cleaner, and yeah, I'll show you what I mean. Should I go outside or should I bring the euphorbia inside? I think I'm just gonna cut it outside. So if there's a clip of me cutting it, it's just a simple cut. I just really want to make the bottom look more like a tree, you know what I mean? Because I have that big main branch and it started growing from like the bottom, so it looks weird. And like I said, it's hitting another branch, and so it just makes it look weird. So cutting it is my form of like bonsaiing this plant. So yeah, I'm actually gonna cross this off right now because this is gonna be a 2-second long task. A 2-second long task that I have been waiting probably 2 months to do. So that's fun. Yeah, let's go take care of that really quick. I'll show you guys what it looks like before I cut it. Okay, hopefully you can see me. This light is freaking brutal. I'm not sure if you'll be able to see me at all, but I am out in my front porch and this is the euphorbia. And if you can see, it's this branch I'm talking about. I don't like the way it looks. It's just kind of in the way, and I think that it is going to look so much better once I cut it off. So I'll give you guys a before. This is the before of what it looks like. Delta's pounding on the door. She's like, what are you doing? You did not let me go. Whew. Nice. Yeah. Okay. Oh my gosh, I was so right. That looks so much better. If you watched my I don't even remember what video, but whatever video, I'll link it. Whatever video I put these succulents in, they're doing so well. They're really thriving out here. I got these on clearance. Wow, that looks so much better. Keeping this bottom as clear was the right move. Yay. Yeah, I think that looks so good. I love that. Hopefully you can see. Where did I just make that cut? Right here at the bottom. But that was worth it. Maybe, ow, these are so spiky. Oh my gosh. Hi, Delta. It's just me. She's like, who's at the door? And I'm gonna try to propagate this, which will be fun. Yay. So easy. Getting stuff off my list. Hi, Delta's right here at the window. Okay, that was it. That's all I needed to do. All right, let's go back inside. Okay, hello again. I am really hoping that you'll be able to see something of what happened outside. The sun is blinding right now. We are in the depths of Florida summer, so I could not see anything personally. I just hope you were able to see something, but the plant just looked so much better. Instantly, as soon as I did that, that branch was just in the way. And I know people have thoughts about cutting anything off their plants, but for me it's like I'm treating it like a bonsai, you know what I mean? I'm shaping it a certain way, I want it to look a certain way, and I want that really thick like stem, and so it turns into sort of a tree. So that's what I'm going for. And I have this now. Look how cute. A little baby. I'm definitely not going to keep it because I tried growing this plant inside and it didn't grow that well for me, so I'm probably going to propagate this and give it to a friend or something that wants it. But I think it is so cute. Look at that middle variegation. So cool. Looks like a little person or something, I don't know. But yeah, I'm definitely going to propagate this piece, and the plant looks happier now, so that was an awesome task that I got done really quickly. I feel like I'm getting stuff done so fast. I'm not sure how long it's gonna take. I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, but in real time, I feel like I'm getting stuff done so fast. All right, what's next? So I'm boiling the semi-hydro still. That one is not completed. The Maranta light veins. Do I do that now? I really don't want to. I'll tell you that right now. But both of the next ones include like repotting and doing stuff to my plants. So I guess I should just pick one and just do it already. That's the whole point of this video. I'm literally talking myself out of not doing the plant chores that I wrote on here as plant chores that I didn't want to do. So silly. Okay, so both of the next ones have to do with actual plant things that I want to fix or take care of. The first one was the Maranta light veins. I think I will take care of that one second. I'm gonna take care of that one second because the first one is easier in my mind, and that is my Begonia natunaensis. I'm gonna show it to you right here. She's huge, you guys. This is my Begonia natunaensis. It has grown for me amazingly. Absolutely love this plant. But the problem, and it was completely on me, my fault, is that I put it in this self-watering pot, right? I absolutely love these self-watering pots. I got them from Walmart. This is the biggest size, and I do think it's fine. Like, the plant has been growing, but I did not pull it out. I wonder if I have an empty one to show you. Let me show you. So this is a smaller version of the same pot, and it has a self-watering thing, but you need to pull it out. I think it might just be like 3D printed or something, but if you don't pull it out, it's literally just a, you know, pot. And I like to take the pot out, water it, and then put it back in, and then keep a little bit of water. And I did not do that for that one, so you need to pull it out. Sometimes it's hard. Ooh, there we go. Okay. So it's stuck together because, like I said, I think it was probably 3D printed or something, but you need to take it apart, and then you can put it back together like this, but then, ooh, but now you're able to pull it out and water, you know, if I want to take the liner out, water it, check the roots, whatever I can, versus before, if it was stuck like that, you weren't able to do that. So I did not do that when I repotted this one, so I tried pulling it up, and I was like, why is it not pulling up? And then I realized it's because I never separated that. So this is a really dumb thing, but I really want to be able to do that because right now it feels like I'm watering with no drainage, and that makes me very anxious. I've never had a begonia no drainage, in soil and no drainage, and so I really don't like doing it. So I am going to take it out. I'm nervous too, but this plant has been really resilient for me so far. I'm going to take it out, first look at the roots to see how they're doing, and then pull that liner out and then put the whole plant back in. So I'm kind of repotting, but I'm not really. I'm kind of just making sure that that part pops out so I'm able to see and take it out when I'm watering. So yeah, let's work on that because this has been driving me crazy. I watered it for the first time, I want to say like last week. I watered it for like the first time last week and I was excited to pull it out to see what it looked like, and I couldn't pull it out and it was making me anxious. So this is just something more for me to make me comfortable with the plant care, and I'm gonna be so happy that I did it. So yeah, let's get into that. I already know this is about to get messy, so I'm putting out my potting mat. Okay, I think to make things easier, I'm just going to dump this out. I'm really worried about hurting the foliage and the root system, but I'm not gonna be able to do it unless I do that. So yeah, let's just do it. Okay, root system, wow, okay. Messy, messy, messy. It's okay. I hope you can see that. I don't think I showed you any of that. I'm a bad YouTuber. But that is what we are currently working with. The root system was way bigger than I thought it was going to be, so I guess it was a good choice to repot it into such a large vessel. And so now I'm going to break this off. Oh my fucking god. Are you kidding me? This did come off? Did it just not come out because it was too heavy? Oh my god, this does come out. I tried pulling it so hard the other day. You have got to be kidding me. See? Now it doesn't want to come out. Must be when it's in a certain groove or something. Whatever. We're just gonna put it back in this pot. This is ridiculous. I'm so annoyed. This is absolutely ridiculous. So ridiculous. I'm so annoyed about this. I literally cannot believe that just happened. If this plant goes downhill, I'm about to riot because I just took it out of its pot for nothing. It's empty. Made some soil mix just to top it up because apparently it needs more soil now. Okay, that was absolutely ridiculous. Let's see if I can lift it up now. Maybe it was just because it's too heavy and I'm just a weakling. Let me try grabbing this side. Okay, it comes out. That's all I needed to know. That's all I needed to know. Okay, this plant is actually due for a water, so I'm gonna go water it, but we are repotted. I'm panting because this thing is heavy as HE double hockey sticks, but we are repotted and that chore is over. Hello. I think I just did all of that just because I did not pull on it hard enough. That is absolutely ridiculous. So Begonia natuniensis can be crossed off the list. I really hope that nothing happens to that plant. It is super resilient in my experience. And like I said, I was super surprised the root system was as big as it was. I can't remember when I repotted it, but it hasn't been that long, and I knew it was a gamble putting it in that big of a pot, but I made sure that the soil was super well draining, and it seems to be working out really well. I was so like really trying to pull that up and it would not come up, and I think it might have just been because it was too heavy. So I think I did all that for nothing. Safe to say that was my bad. But yeah, I am just happy. It's like that peace of mind thing, knowing that if I need to take it out, I can. And now I know that I can, so it's fine. I'm gonna give the plant a water. I think it should be good. I weirdly needed to put more soil in it. Even though you saw me sweeping it up, I used all the soil, put all the soil back, but somehow managed to use a whole nother tray of soil in there. So it should be good for a very long time. One thing I did not do before that I will do when I water now, systemic and Osmocote. I did not do that when I repotted it, so I will do that now. And I think it's gonna be super happy. So yeah, I was able to cross that one off. Didn't take too long, but that plant is very heavy, so I am hot right now. What is next? The Maranta. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I'm still, the semi-hydro is boiling as we speak, so I'm still working on that. And I only have 2 things left to work on. I don't really want to do either of them, but which one do I, whoa! I don't really want to do either of them, but which one do I not want to do more? You know what? I think I'm gonna cut up the Maranta and I'm gonna do something that people might not like, but I did just watch Fern's video and she made me feel better about not propagating all my cuttings. So I am going to do that right now. I'll explain once I get the plant. Okay, so I have mentioned this plant a few times on my channel. This is my Maranta light veins and it is reverting. I don't know why it is reverting, but the newest leaves have been coming out, you know, well, that one's a little bit, but like this one, I really don't want this plant to revert. Let me show you a leaf of what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to have these veins on it, you know, obviously light veins, and the newest leaves have been kind of not as much so. This one is. This leaf is good. But yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with this plant. My plan of attack for this one was to just kind of cut it back and let it grow back in and see what happens. I often do that with plants that are reverting. I'm not gonna freak out. I'm kind of just gonna let the plant do what it wants to do. If I try it again and it reverts again, I might, you know, kind of try to go with the cuttings that I see have more lightning on them. Try to see if I can get those to work, but for right now I think my plan of attack is to just cut this back a bunch and see what happens. And I was talking about Fern's video because when she did her mid-year plant tag, I'll put mine somewhere. I participated in it as well, but her controversial opinion was that you should always like propagate your cuttings. And I feel like that is a thing in the planting community. People feel like it's a waste to get rid of your cuttings. But I just don't want a regular Maranta. Like, I don't want to revert a Maranta. I don't want to make the effort of waiting for it to root, potting it up, doing all that stuff. I'm not a plant shop. I don't make money off of my plants. I just want my Maranta light veins back. So I think I am going to chop this one up a little bit and then just compost the other cuttings and see what happens. So yeah, I still feel weird about it, but this plant is also super dry. I feel like I should water it first because I like to take my cuttings when they are nice and plump. I feel like it's better for the plant. Should I water this right now? Yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna water this first. You might see a clip of me cutting it up later on, but for right now, I did just decide right now that I want to water it first. So I'm gonna go do that. I actually decided that I'm just cutting up some of the dry bits off first. I'm very indecisive when it comes to this right now apparently, but I'm cutting off the dead bits and then I'm gonna water it. Oops. Now I'm second guessing myself because the new growth is coming out lightning-y. What did I do wrong? I noticed when I had it in the tote that it reverted. Does it have something to do with that? Does humidity affect variegation? I don't actually know. I have to do some research about that, but I feel like it got too hot and so it reverted or something. I really have no clue. I guess that's a Google it and find out kind of answer, but it reverted when it was in the totes, and now that I have it out of the totes, it seems to be going back to normal. Very interesting. There are a lot of dried leaves on here. I let it go way too long without water. She is looking a little bit better. Obviously needs to be watered, but she is so nice and full. I still can't believe how full this one is looking because I got it from a 2-leaf cutting from the Green Escape, and it has turned into this, and I have given people so many cuttings of this. I bring this to every single plant swap because it's just a fun plant that people really enjoy. It's a type of Maranta that I don't see a lot around, so it always makes people really happy when they see it. They love the lightning leaves on it. Like, that leaf is so stunning. That's a new leaf. So it was like it reverted for a little bit, and then now it's bringing back the lightning. I have to do some research about that, but yeah, my next plan of attack is to water and go from there. So we'll see if I cut it up. Now I'm indecisive. I don't know. Okay, so our semi-hydro is boiling. I just wanted to show you guys what it looked like. Looks like a fun, whoa, fun planty soup right now. So I'm gonna turn that off and let that cool. Okay, so I kind of went back on everything that I said about that one. I am not going to cut up my Maranta light veins right now because the more I was watering it when I was looking at it, I saw so many lightning leaves coming out, and I just don't really feel like cutting them right now. I'm really proud of how that plant is looking. It's really nice and luscious and full, especially after taking off all of this. I have it all right here. Taking off all these leaves that don't look good, you know, stuff like that. The plant is looking really good right now. So even though it might have a few reverted leaves, I think I'm going to keep it. I think if there ever was a day where I don't like the way it's looking or it's completely reverted, I'll probably like start fresh because Marantas grow pretty fast in my experience. So I actually do have a cutting right now rooting in semi-hydro because I wanted to experiment in growing the plant in that. And so I already do have a backup plant. What are you doing, Delts? I think she's nesting on the couch. I already do have a backup of that plant in case things go awry with my mother plant. And so I think I'm good, and I want to keep letting the plant grow. So I am not cutting that one up, even though I said I was going to. And then the last task was the one that I was putting off the most, and it is assembling a greenhouse. So I have a greenhouse right here. I'm not sure if you can see it, and my plants have been thriving in there. I've never used greenhouses in all the years that I've owned plants. I've never had any. I've never done a cabinet, anything like that. I just have never had the space for it. I will still say I don't think it's the most aesthetically pleasing thing that I have in my home, but right now in this period moment of my life, my plants are just growing out of this world. So I did buy another one because my plants grew so fast in there that they outgrew the greenhouse quite quickly. And so I did buy a second one, and I have to assemble that and put that in the sunroom as well. So I'm going to go assemble it. I don't think I'm gonna show you guys all of it. I'll probably just show you the end because I am not the best assembler and I don't think it's fun at all. So I think I'm just gonna like pop something fun, maybe watch a YouTube video and assemble it and then show you what it looks like in the final. I'll probably link the video or the greenhouse so you can see which one I got. But yeah, I'm not gonna be doing all that effort to assemble it. I'm just gonna show you guys what it looks like. It's probably gonna take me way too long. I'm probably gonna take a million breaks just because I don't find it fun. But yeah, let's go work on that because that is actually the last task of the day. And then we are done. And Delty wants to go lay down, and she doesn't like laying down in the living room when I'm not in the living room with her. So let's go work on that.
Let's take it back a few good years to when the world was ending. Let's take it back to me and you. You called me up and said that you just got your driver's license and that there's nothing we can do. Running every light past the city of Pasadena. Had Cecilia on the radio. Swear I could have died right there and I'd be happy. I guess time tricked me, 'cause where'd it go? And I wonder, I wanna know if life gets any better. Pretend like it's rain and talk about the weather. Play the tape of when we were stupid kids, middle fingers up. I wanna know where those days go. Remember how we used to play time trip. 'Cause where to go? And I wonder, I wanna know if life gets any better. Pretend like it's raining, talk about the weather. Play the tape of when we were stupid kids, middle fingers up. I wanna know, I wanna know where those days go, where those days go, where those days go, where those days go. Let's take it back a few good years to when the world was ending. Let's take it back to me and you. You called me up and said that you just got your driver's license and that there's nothing we can do. I wanna know if life gets any better. Pretend like it's raining, talk about the weather. Play the tape of when we were stupid kids.
I hit a wall, you guys. I hit a wall hard after I made that greenhouse. I sat my butt down on the couch for an hour and a half after, but I only have one thing left to do, and that is make room for the greenhouse. So I've been in here sweeping. I plan on putting it right here, I think, so I'm gonna move this stuff out of the way, and then I just gotta finish assembling it. I'm so close, so close. Oh yeah, that fits perfectly! Yay! It fits so perfectly, Pops! Look at that! Look at that! Okay, now I need to just go get the liner. I did not realize when I purchased this that the liner was green, or like has this green thing on it, so I'm not super happy about that because it does not match this one. But it's too late now. I'm not returning it, so it just is what it is. I'm very curious about how the green is going to compare. I feel like it does impede a lot of light, but I don't actually know. I don't know. So we're going to experiment. I might try putting my lower light plants in there just to see. And then the one that's, the plants that are going to be in the clear one are going to get more light. Because I feel like it's kind of dark in there compared to in here right now. Like, right? I feel like that's pretty dark. All I have left to do is put the shelves on, so let me do that. Show you guys the final result. This is the greenhouse I already have. It's got some of my bigger anthurium in there. It's cacti, random stuff right now. And then this is the new green one. Like I said, I feel like it is dark in here because of that green netting, but we'll see. I might put, actually, I don't know. Just some lower light stuff in here that doesn't need as much light, just humidity. Yeah, I'm super happy with how that came out. Yeah, I feel like you can see the difference in light. I don't know. I might be selling this one and buying another one of these. It was like 10 bucks cheaper. That's why I got this one instead of this one again, but I probably should have just got the more expensive one because now I'm looking at it and I'm wondering if I'm gonna get enough light, but we'll have to see. Ready to relax too, girlfriend. I am ready to relax too. Okay, so with that, we just checked off everything that I had on today's list. I think, right? Where'd my list go? Okay, so with the assembly of the greenhouse, we did everything on my list today. I'm still working on the semi-hydro. I checked it a couple minutes ago and it's still very, very hot. So basically all I have to do for that one is rinse it out and then I'll just put it in a tote to be used for a later date. But it's pretty much done. I'm just waiting for it to cool down. The assembly of the greenhouse took about, I don't even know, half an hour, but it wore me out, you guys. I was straight chilling after that. I said, nope, I'm done. I'm gonna take a break now. So I managed to get that done. Like I said before, I'm not sure if I'm gonna be keeping it. It's a temporary solution for me to boost the humidity on some of my plants, but I don't know if I like that green. So we'll see. It was very cheap, so if anything I could just sell it or, you know, whatever. But I'm not too worried about that right now. But yeah, I did everything on my list. Everything is checked off for the day. So I am super proud of myself. It wasn't that bad at all. It just, you know, was getting myself to kind of take care of all these problems. I was gonna show the Majesty Palm as well. I'll see if I can sneak a quick clip of that. It's still outside draining because I did end up watering it again to kind of settle the soil. But other than that, everything's done. I hope this motivated you to get some of those plant chores done that you've been, you know, slacking on a little bit, because we all do it. There's chores for me, like I said, those not as fun ones to me, obviously, like repotting is fun, even watering is fun sometimes, fertilizing, but these are the things that I've been putting off for quite a while. So I'm really glad I got them done today. I feel like today was a pretty productive day. I know, baby, I know. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you have any plant chores you need to get done. I would love to hear which plant chores you don't enjoy doing so that we can be slack off buddies together. Look at us go. If you were watching this video while you were doing plant chores, I hope you had fun doing your own plant chores. And yeah, that's about it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it so much. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Bye.